Stop. Open this immediately, because it is time to be honest with you. Time to say what you've needed to hear for a long time. Time to reveal the truth you've been avoiding, ignoring, or running away from. You didn't open this accidentally. You were led here. Something inside you already knows that this message is meant for you. You've been pretending that everything is fine, but it isn't. You've been acting strong, but you're exhausted. You're tired of carrying pain you never deserved. You're tired of acting like nothing hurts you. You're tired of silently surviving instead of truly living. Listen carefully, because I am not here to comfort your lies. I am here to confront your truth. It's time to admit that you are hurting. It's time to admit that you're lost. It's time to admit that you're scared. It's time to admit that you're breaking inside even though you keep smiling on the outside. It's time to admit that you have been carrying pain alone for too long. You think you need to be strong every second. You think you have to hide your emotions so no one thinks you're weak. You think you must deal with everything on your own, but you don't. You never did. You were never meant to suffer in silence. You keep saying, "I'm okay," but you're not. And it's time to stop lying to yourself, because healing only begins when honesty does. You have been buried under responsibilities, expectations, disappointments, and heartbreaks that no one knows about. You have been drowning in emotions you refuse to talk about. You have been breaking quietly because you don't want to bother anyone. But what about you? Who is there when you collapse? Who listens when your mind screams at 2 a.m.? Who sees the tears that don't fall? Who carries you when you're shaking inside? You deserve to let it out. You deserve to breathe. You deserve a moment to feel without apologizing for it. Let's be honest. There are things you should have walked away from long ago. People you should have released. Places you should have left. Habits you should have ended. Memories you should have stopped replaying. Pain you should have stopped protecting. But you held on to them because you were afraid. Afraid of being alone. Afraid of starting over. Afraid of losing something familiar, even if it was killing you slowly. You tried to save others while you were drowning. You gave love to people who didn't value it. You stayed loyal to people who betrayed you. You trusted words that were never real. You sacrificed your peace to keep relationships alive that were already dead. And now you wonder why you feel empty, why you feel drained, why you feel broken, why life feels heavy instead of beautiful. Listen, this is not the end of your story. This is the moment everything changes. This is the moment truth sets you free. This is the moment healing begins. It's time to choose yourself. Time to choose peace. Time to choose freedom. Stop going back to what broke you. Stop giving chances to people who don't deserve them. Stop blaming yourself for things that were never your fault. Stop allowing your past to steal your future. You are stronger than you think. You are braver than you believe. You are more valuable than you realize. You deserve more than pain. You deserve more than temporary love. You deserve more than silent suffering. Look at your life right now. Something inside you is asking for change. Something inside you is begging for release. Something inside you is ready to rise. You feel it. That pressure in your chest. That hunger for a new beginning. That whisper in your spirit telling you it's time. Yes, it is time. Time to break the cycle. Time to choose peace over chaos. Time to let go of what is destroying you. Time to take back your power. Time to rebuild your life from the truth. You are not weak. You are tired. You are not broken. You are healing. You are not lost. You are being redirected. You are not alone. You are being guided. Right now, your new chapter begins. Right now, your spirit is waking up. Right now, your life is shifting. Everything you lost will be replaced. Everything that hurt you will be healed. Everything you prayed for is waiting on the other side of honesty. You have no idea how serious this is. If you ignore this message now, you may be closing the door to the greatest miracle that I've already sent your way. Something is happening in the unseen, something that has already been released from heaven. But it depends on how quickly you respond. Do not delay this moment. Don't let your thoughts wander. Don't let anything pull you away from this moment. I am calling you urgently, and if you stay with me until the end, you will understand why this word cannot be heard halfway. Pay close attention to every detail as if your life is being rewritten right now, because it is. Have you noticed how the atmosphere around you has felt heavy lately? The days feel longer in silence, like time itself is testing you, as if something is watching while you care for everyone else. But almost no one sees that you too need care. There is an invisible battle being fought behind what seems like ordinary days. While you worry about the person who isn't improving, the relationship that's falling apart, with a problem that always resurfaces when you think you'll finally get a break. You've been praying for a way out, trying to stay strong, but deep down, you feel that something is about to break. And that's exactly why I've brought you here today. You need to understand that the miracle you've been waiting for is already on its way. It's no longer just a promise. It's been released. But there's one thing your heart must understand. If you don't open your eyes now, if you don't align yourself with what I am showing you right at this moment, it will pass you by without you even realizing. Not because I don't want to give it to you, but because your focus is being pulled away by distractions. The blessing is already descending, but there is a blockage in your faith. And that's why I speak to you so urgently. I'm not asking for something small. I'm calling you to make an urgent change because the time is now. You live in a world where so many things demand your attention. News, worries, unexpected sickness, that uncertain diagnosis you received, and people around you who need more than you have to give. Yet you keep trying to hold it all together, protecting your loved ones, trying to be a refuge when you don't even know where to seek shelter. I see you, and I don't just look. I have entered time itself to move the pieces you can't reach. But for this to happen, I need your trust for you to stay here and absorb everything until the end. I am revealing something you need to hear with all your heart, without rushing or distractions. This isn't just any video. This isn't just an ordinary word. This is a turning point. It's as if heaven has paused just for you right now. And if you truly believe, if you can disconnect from your worries for just a moment and focus on what I am showing you, the healing that once seemed far away will begin to touch you. The answer you thought was impossible is already making its way to you through a path you didn't expect. Liberation is prepared, and honor is being restored where there was once shame. But there is a quiet enemy right now trying to pull your spirit away. You want to leave before I finish speaking. Don't allow it. There is something hidden in every word I'm sharing now, is far greater than you realize. Do you remember how many times you tried on your own and failed? Think of how many things you put off. How many sleepless nights you had because of that sick family member. How many tough talks with your children where they didn't understand what you were doing for them. I was there in each of those moments. And in every one, you were not without my gaze. But the reason this message comes to you today with such urgency is because the time for restoration is close. Not just any restoration, but one where even the most painful memories will lose their hold over you. I ask you now to take me seriously. Maybe you've heard inspiring words before, and maybe they moved you. But what I'm telling you now is not just a message. It is a call from heaven. The time you are living in can no longer afford spiritual delays. If you doubt, the doors remain open. But the moments that matter may move to someone else. I don't want you to miss out on what I have prepared for you. Not after everything you've gone through. Not after carrying so much in silence. That's why you need to listen closely to what is being revealed to you. There is a clear difference between those who hear and those who truly receive. And those who stay until the end are the ones who will witness the glory that others distracted by the noise will never see. You are just one step away from change, and that's why voices of opposition are growing louder around you. People who doubt your steps, who belittle your confidence, who mock your spiritual choices. Don't take this as a coincidence. This is resistance. Something incredibly valuable is about to come into your life. And that's why the enemy is trying to push you out of your place of waiting. But I have already set things in order. Nothing can stop what I have planned for you. All I ask is that you stay still. Please keep listening, because right now, the details that complete this promise are being spoken to you. Do not waste this moment for anything. Keys are turning in the unseen. Doors are opening that no one can see. And the full revelation will come at the end of this message. This moment is one that changes entire yours. What I am about to do in you will not only affect your life, but it will impact the lives of your descendants. It will reach those you don't even know how to help. It will break chains of illness. It will stop the cycles of pain that have repeated through your family. The things that have been passed down from generation to generation will be broken by your persistence today. The curse is canceled. The affliction no longer holds power. But my work cannot be completed unless you are paying attention to every sign of it. Don't let distractions pull you away. Everything you need is right here. Every prayer you thought went unanswered is now being answered. Not with distant promises, but with real actions that are already in motion. There is no mistake in the time you've been given to live. Even though everything may feel unclear, even though your plans have been interrupted and you thought you had failed, I have been there all along. The reason you are here today hearing this is because the waiting period is turning into a time of harvest. But for that to happen, you must activate your faith in a way you haven't before. Mechanical prayers and half-hearted belief are no longer enough. What is needed now is complete surrender, full attention, and a heart that is open and undivided. Those who believe halfway will only receive small portions, but those who surrender completely will receive a cup that overflows. That is why I ask you to stay until the end. Listen to each word as if you are hearing the Father guiding the steps of His Son. Do you understand how much you have endured? Do you remember the times you held back tears in the quiet of your room? The times you hid your pain behind a smile to protect your loved ones from worry? I have seen every action, and that is why I chose to intervene. Miracles are coming in the form of reunions. Promises are being fulfilled in places you never imagined. And through every part of this message, the path you need to follow is being shown. Keep paying attention. Do not lose focus, not even for a moment. If this message touches your spirit, speak it out loud. Write a comment that shows your surrender. Your words make things happen. Like, subscribe, and share so the wind of healing that has reached you can also reach those who need it most. This message is not just for you. You are the chosen one to bring this movement into homes that are on the edge of falling apart. By sharing this, you are not simply sharing a video, but you are planting healing, answers, and insight. Every person who hears it will be moved by what lies beneath the surface. Don't take lightly what is happening right now. You thought this was just another video, but I brought you here to mark the beginning of change. Those who stay until the end will hear the revelation that changes everything. You may not see it yet, but the heavens themselves are watching right now, paying attention to what you decide with both your mind and your heart. There is something set in your favor, so close and so carefully placed in front of you that any sign of giving up could delay it all. And even though the days seem to drag on and the silences feel louder than words, I am whispering guidance through the noise of your daily life. There is a battle hidden in the details that no one else sees. They see your actions. They hear your words, but they don't notice the constant effort it takes for you to keep going. Those on the outside can't understand what it takes to maintain a home, to care for your loved ones, to carry inner pain while wearing a smile. But I see and I understand the weight of every choice made in the privacy of your heart. Every sacrifice no one else noticed but was made out of love. That's why when I say a miracle is on its way, I say it with certainty, knowing that heaven has already begun to move and what seems stuck on earth has already been set in motion above. All you need to do is align your spirit with what the Father has already released. The issue is that many people miss their blessings because they focus too much on what hasn't yet appeared. They forget that the invisible moves first, and faith doesn't require explanations. It requires positioning. Even when new challenges arise, you stay standing. That is not just human strength. It is divine protection. If it were all up to circumstances, you would have given up long ago. But what keeps you going even when there is no visible proof is the breath of hope that I continue to renew within you. And that is exactly what has unsettled the enemy. Your unshakable trust. Remember that situation you thought was hopeless. That diagnosis that stopped you in your tracks. That family struggle you thought would never end. That wrong choice from the past that you thought would define you. I am the God who changes situations, who restores what was broken, and who creates paths where there seemed to be none. What has brought you here was not the strength of your arguments, but the strength of my mercy. It never fails. It is never delayed. And it always acts. Right now, something is stirring inside you. Maybe it's the sense that the time has finally come. Perhaps it's a quiet warmth filling your heart for no clear reason. That's me reaching you from within, reigniting what once felt cold. It's my voice sweeping away the ashes of doubt and reigniting the flame of your faith. Don't ignore this. Stay with me until the end. Don't waste a moment because I don't speak without purpose. There's a weight from your past that still lingers inside you, even though no one speaks of it. You know how it holds you back. But I tell you, I don't build from your past. I move with purpose. When I decide to use someone, I don't focus on their mistakes. I look at the willingness of their heart. And your heart, though tired, remains willing. That willingness is what draws the miracle toward you. Not your actions, but who you are to me. Stay, hold on, remain attentive as someone waiting for a promise that is about to come true. Don't let the voices of doubt, mockery, or distractions pull you away from this place. For those who stay, for those who surrender without holding back, the full measure of what I've prepared will be revealed. That old dream you kept hidden out of fear of failing again. Today I am bringing it back to life. And no, it has not come too late. Age, human limits, medical reports. None of that limits my power. I am not controlled by statistics or possibilities. I work in what others call impossible. And what many consider unlikely is the perfect foundation for me. That's why this message comes to you with such strength. It doesn't just comfort, it awakens and moves you. If your heart is opening up and something inside you is stirring as you read, write this in the comments. I choose to trust in what God promised. It's not just a saying, it's a spiritual declaration. Every declaration of faith creates room for the supernatural. Place your path in the hands of the Lord. Trust Him, and He will handle the rest. This word is alive, reaching parts of you that you may not have even realized needed healing. You spent so much time asking why that you forgot to seek the purpose behind it all. I never allowed pain without a purpose. Even the moments that caused you hurt have been part of your preparation. You were in punishment. It was shaping. It wasn't abandonment. He was building. Now you are ready to receive what only those who have walked through the desert can achieve. That's why you can't turn back now. Even if no one else sees it, I still see your potential, because I have never stopped believing in you. If you stay focused, I will show you the truth in every small detail. I am arranging connections, opening paths, restoring broken relationships, bringing healing to your body and peace to your soul. But there's one condition you must follow. Don't interrupt your listening. There is a specific moment when the key will turn, and that moment is very close. There is someone you mention to me daily, someone who needs deliverance, healing, or clarity. I know that person's name. Your prayer has not been forgotten. Your cry has pushed things into motion, and what is beginning to unfold now is the result. That person will be touched, not by your constant effort, but by the spiritual faith you have put into action. And when you least expect it, change will start to happen in your home. You wonder if there is still time. I answer you, time does not control the promise. The promise controls time. I have already entered your time, and I am speeding up processes that seem frozen for years. I move in people, removing barriers and opening doors. The best part is none of this requires you to prove anything to anyone. It is God who works, not you. I know there are times when discouragement comes disguised as routine. You carry on with tasks, solve unexpected problems, even put on a smile for others, while inside it feels like the flame is fading. This is exactly why this message is reaching you now, before your faith begins to fade. I am breathing new life into your soul. I have not forgotten you. I have urgently remembered you and chosen you to be a living example of what I can do. Don't compare yourself to others. I have called you to a special, unique path, and no opinion from the outside can change what was written about you in the heavens. I do not follow human decisions. I fulfill divine promises. What has been set from the very beginning is now starting to come to life. Even when the situation seems to say no, my yes still stands. That is why you are here, paying attention to every word. Many things you don't understand right now will start to make sense after hearing this. When I speak, I reveal. When I reveal, I guide. And when I guide, no one will go astray. Even though it may seem confusing now, I already hold the full plan. I need you to trust in every step, even the small ones that may seem insignificant, because great things come from simple acts of faith and obedience.